Welcome to the USBC Masters. Mike Flanagan back here with you again, bringing you some coverage here for the United States Bowling Congress Masters here in Reno, Nevada. After taking a year off in 2020 due to COVID, the USBC Masters is back. And I'm going to help deliver the story to you on Bowl TV as well as through these daily video updates. So I think the first thing I need to do is show you around the newly renovated National Bowling Stadium. So I think the first thing you'll notice is that the bleachers are gone that went all the way down to the concourse level right in here. And then I think the next thing you'll notice is the color scheme change in here to the blues and the whites. I think the next thing you'll notice is the new booths and the room in the bowlers area, but look at how much room there is between here and the concourse. They've moved everything back a little bit, which gives a lot more space and room for the bowlers. Now this week we have this black line right here, which is where ball reps have to stand behind to help the bowlers out on the lanes. You probably couldn't help but notice all the cameras as Bowl TV is broadcasting the event, and I'm helping work Bowl TV this week as well. We have 8 different channels to choose from where you can pick the lanes to watch everybody bowl this week. This is our studio setup right here, and this is where we'll have guests come in and talk before, during, and after the blocks. Also this week, due to COVID protocol, you'll see that all the players have 4 feet by 4 feet squares where they're allowed to keep their bowling equipment, and they're allowed to keep as many bowling balls on their square as they can stack. Take a look at this giant white wall up here, and they've got a projector showing the standings up here, and just below it the iconic USBC Masters bracket boards. Now this may look familiar to everybody. This is where lane 81 was, just over here to the left. It's no longer here, and this is actually player services this week where the ball spinners are, where the players can work on their equipment. So again, this is where all the seats used to be. They all used to be all stadium seats up to about right here. And you just had a narrow area to walk down here, and now it's all opened up. So as you'll notice, they did leave in 2 sets of seats and kept the same old carpet right there. Pretty nostalgic. This is where a lot of people spend a lot of time watching either nationals or PBA events over the years, and of course it was featured in the movie Kingpin. Now that we've checked out all the changes here inside the stadium, now the bowlers are going to come in and they're going to start practicing over 3 different blocks. We have A squad, B squad, and C squad. And I'm going to talk to the players and see what they think what's going on in the lanes and show you some of their ball reactions. Here comes the man responsible for the lanes this week, Mr. Gus Faljean. What are the players going to be bowling on this week? How hard are they going to be?
Depends on how you throw it. Haven't watched a lot of balls go down the lanes yet, so we'll see here very shortly.
Look at these guys right here. Kyle Troop, how much money have you won this year on tour?
A lot.
You think you can get to $500,000?
Yeah, definitely. After we got the playoffs, make a couple bucks here in Reno.
I'm making a call now. My man's going to win the strike derby.
Strike derby? Oh yeah, I need some revenge on that.
Diana, what made you decide to come out and bowl the Masters?
I want to kick his butt. I want to be like Kyle Troop. No, I just prep for the women's tour. So I think we have queens here, so just a prep.
And to make the tour look better with the hair. I mean,
yeah.
It's a hard job, me having to hold it down on my own, but now we got DZ in the building.
Yeah.
I just noticed this. You guys probably got the most...
the best hair in the building, right?
Yeah, like the most talked about hair on each tour.
Well, they're talking about us. I guess that's good.
That's a good thing.
They're a little tricky, for sure. I don't see the scores being super high. You know, at first I thought, oh, we're gonna get the ball in the fresh a lot. Scores are gonna be high, but I think they put a tricky enough pattern out there to make people question what they're gonna be doing. I'm still questioning what I'm gonna do, but I also feel like it's just gonna come down to shot making. This was a different practice session, a different practice process, so we'll analyze what we've seen, but just wake up tomorrow and believe that we're gonna make good shots, cover the spares, and get to the bracket.
They're hard. The Masters is hard. I think you've got to be really, really good with your ball speed control. I think your angles are going to be paramount. Spare shooting is going to be key. So I think we're going to see the lanes break down a little bit differently tomorrow because not a lot of people are shooting spares. But you got to have really good ball speed control, and you can't get too steep too early or else you're in trouble at the Masters, I can promise you that.
It wasn't too bad, you know. It's the Masters, so it seems like urethane's going to be the play. I don't know, I feel like there's quite a few different areas to attack the lane from. And obviously the interesting thing being that the second game is going to be on fresh again. So almost have to be prepared for 2 games of fresh.
A lot more demanding than what we're used to here at the Masters. Urethane did not look good. First time since I've been on tour that urethane hasn't looked good at the Masters. So I think it's going to be about shot making, shot repetition, and just being patient. It's a very interesting way that we're moving across the house because of our prevention of trying to spread COVID and everything like that.
They're pretty hard, Michael. They're going to be pretty low scoring. The different ends play quite a bit different, but it's the Masters, it's a major, so we'll see what happens. It's going to take a couple days of transition before the pattern finally really settles in to figure out what you're supposed to do, but it's going to be a spare shooting contest for a little while.
They're rough, but we'll see. There's few different sections I have to know here in Reno, so just being alert and doing those shots frame by frame.
Pair to pair was just funny, but obviously in the beginning it's going to be urethane, and then from there on just try to figure out who's bowled on what lanes to see where I have to navigate going from pair to pair basically.
The 40 feet, just using a couple of my big balls, Proton Physics. Axiom seems to work okay right around the track, and just got to make the shots, and I'm just glad to be back here and bowling the Masters, and hoping probably gonna be some big scores this week. A lot of great competition, so just got to bring the A game, and hopefully just try to get to match play, but one frame, one game at a time.
I felt like the low side had to be a little bit more disciplined with my speed and keep my angles more shut down. Once I got here on the low side, I felt like I had a little more room to the right, but still speed, was the main factor for me. And if I kept my gears low, I feel like I had a little room. So had a couple things that looked all right, so I'm just going to commit to it tomorrow. They may be different, but that's the plan as of yet.
Well, we get A squad, which means we practice first, which means that probably wasn't really what it's going to be like. So just a little tune up and come back tomorrow and see what we get. We bowl fresh and we bowl another fresh. So controlling that part of the block is going to be the most important. So yeah, the purple hammer for me, I've got 3 in my bag. I might even take the bag home with me and put it in the room nice and safe, because I'm sure all 3 are going to get plenty of use.
I think my least favorite part of the practice was having to move from the high end to the low end in 2.5 minutes. Just a workout I wasn't looking forward to today.
Brad and Kyle, got both of you together here.
What do you need from me? A little dance move?
What did you guys...
Dude, I have to go drill a ball, man.
What did you guys think of today's
pattern? We get 30
pattern?
minutes.
Right now?
Yeah, we get 30 minutes. We got to get out.
30 minutes?
Yeah. Protocol.
All right,
and I still got 2 bags. Still got my bowling shoes on.
You're lost.
I took the whole practice. Actually, you were the last shot. I saw Damon yell at you.
I know. He said that means for everybody. And I was like, damn. All right.
You love it though, don't you? You love the pattern.
Oh yeah. This is great. This is exactly the way it was in Syracuse when they were impossible. And who was the guy that almost beat Belmo? The guy from Iowa. He bowls all the Iowa stuff. Anyway, that's the year also Pfeiffer beat Belmo playing up the rails. So this might be a Barnes, Duke, somebody straighter guys. They might be killing it this week.
Did you bowl in a hat the entire block?
No, but I actually practiced like the first 2 minutes, and Wes was like, "You're bowling in a cap." He didn't call it a hat, he called it a cap. I go, "What's a?" And then I realized it was on my head. I'm like, "Oh!" And Chad Murphy's looking dead at me, and I'm like, "Oh." Well, so it was off.
I'm here with Steve Klimkin. Steve made a show a couple years ago. What made you decide to come out and bowl the Masters?
Well, I just kind of like the feeling. I like the format. I like the competition, and we don't get to do it very often. So, yeah, I'm glad you guys are running it this year, and glad to be back. Woo! Yeah, it was tough. It was challenging. It's going to come down to shot making, and it's really just going to be a matter of hitting the pocket and making your spares when you leave something. And yeah, it was demanding, which is, it's the way I think it should be for a major championship. So
my tour reps told me a little bit. They said they're brutal, but I was expecting that. So looking forward to getting a feel for them myself now.
You guys are crossing together?
Yeah, we are. It's good. it's nice to finally cross with somebody that I gifted their third Masters win to. So hopefully he can put a nice bow on this week and hand it right back to me.
He's actually, that's the most honest thing I've ever heard him say. He did gift that one to me. That was I could have had a sleep in the 7th frame and still got that.
Yeah, you know, it's Martin's fault. If Martin wouldn't have thrown urethane, I don't think it wouldn't have mattered. It would have hooked regardless.
I think we'll make the show again this week. I think if we do, that first one, it'll hit the head pin.
Oh, for sure it'll hit the head
pin.
pin.
It'll hit the head pin this time. Yeah, he's a little bit better bowler now than he was back then. So
I was just a senior in college. I just, you know, I can't believe you guys just let me get there. We haven't, I don't think we've crossed together since any of that.
No, I was excited. Like
yeah.
when I asked you, like, where are you bowling? Like, here. I'm like, oh my God, we get the bowl together. We haven't bowled together in years.
Years.
Not since that Masters show that he was referencing.
Yeah, wonderful, the wonderful, wonderful Masters show.
That was the last time we bowled in the same pair together.
Yeah, yeah.
We definitely know the scores. It's gonna be low this week. Watched a lot of guys, you know, as they would say in bowling terms, they punished the 3-6 or the 2-4 pocket today, and watched a lot of that. But it's gonna come down to the people who are most patient.
It was pretty interesting. Personally, I didn't really like the urethane. I think that a lot of people are going to use it to kind of control the pocket, but I don't really think that that's going to be my plan. I'm going to stick with reactive, I think, and we'll see how it goes. It's going to be interesting. I'll try to find a smooth shape that I can repeat and see if I can catch some breaks and put up some good numbers.
Listen, I think the scores are going to be pretty low. I thought they were hard. They were pretty flat. You know, right of 5 didn't hook at all. I mean, if you get right of 5, it's missing the head pin. So for me this week, I think the key is going to be just rolling it as heavy as I can, with probably some bigger balls, bigger asymmetric balls, to let the core kind of rev up, and you know, by rolling it, try to control the lane a little bit. You know, urethane didn't work too well for me today, but you know, I'm going to keep it in the back of my mind just in case the other balls aren't doing the right thing. But I think you just got to try to keep it simple and leave makeable spares and run them down.
You know, pattern means absolutely nothing in comparison to the slopes. This building is notorious. We all have been given topography maps, and we almost need it because, my goodness, this side plays one way, that side plays the other. So I don't think it really is about the pattern. It's about what the topography says. Now, why is that? Because the pattern's hard. If the pattern was easy, then it would overcome all the slopes. But because it's tough, man, you get to a pair and sell the head pin, and you're moving right 5 boards at a time. You keep selling the head pin. So you have to be careful on how you play different parts of the house. So I'm going to go straight on the high end. I may go around them just a little bit on the low end because they're a little bit easier and you get a little more free hook here. But the main thing is, it's the Masters. You got to make that top 63 board. I don't care if you're first or 63rd. So don't go in there tomorrow trying to get 400 over and put yourself at risk. I mean, usually when you're going for that huge monster round, you put yourself at risk for the lower round too. So conservative's not so bad, at least day one.
Well, that's going to do it for today, everybody, here from the USBC Masters. Practice day is in the books. Don't forget to join us for coverage on Bowl TV all week, beginning at 8 a.m. tomorrow Pacific time, here from the National Bowling Stadium. We'll see you later.